Imagine this. You can't decide what to make for dinner. What you really want is grandma's homemade spaghetti, but she lives hundreds and hundreds of miles away. Well, what if you could just pull up her recipe on a touchscreen and have a robot make it for you, exactly the way that your grandmother would? Now, I don't mean a robot like Rosie from the Jetsons. I'm talking about robotic hands with multiple joints and sensors and a sophisticated control system that can recreate a dish exactly the way the master chef created it. This is what the kitchen of the future looks like. And joining me here on the Kim Komando Show today is Mark Olenek. He is the CEO of Moli Robotics, the company that is actually making this futuristic way of cooking a reality. And thanks for being on the show today, Mark. I mean, this whole thing started with an idea that you had, what, almost 5 years ago. And where did the inspiration come from?
Actually, it's coming from my, I think, from my, I don't know, early childhood when I just have a lot of nice family dishes from my mother, and after I improve my gastronomic preferences and I start traveling a lot, I enjoy any cultures, any cuisines around the world. I start understanding the quality of food, how food could be different from one chef to another, from one continent to another, from one country to another. Yeah, I think that's make the first, I don't know, inspiration for me to build this product.
Okay, so tell me about all the different parts to this robotic chef.
To build the same dish, first you need to build the same environment. So generally, if chef use some number of the object in the kitchen and some number of ingredients, you need to have exactly the same, ideally the same set to recreate all the recipe from the beginning till the end. That's why I think optimization is coming from tracking and understanding the processes and data around the cooking.
And so the arms themselves are made up, I read, of what, 20 motors, and then there's a dozen joints and 129 different sensors. How long did it take you to put all these pieces of the puzzle together?
Technology is complicated now. It looks simple, but inside is very complicated. And the same, I think, is the same like a cinema. Just to look the cinema and to make the cinema is two different things. The same is technology. For now, we built very quick our first prototype, but in terms of the first product, it takes time. So actually, usually not less than 5 years. We try to squeeze it to 4, but we'll see.
Okay, so you had a master chef help develop some of the recipes, and I understand the first recipe was crab bisque. Why was that?
So I think it's a quite popular dish, the crab bisque, and I think it's close to be Italian, but I think it's French, mostly French and Italian.
And so how many recipes do you think you're going to have?
During the launch time, we want to have around 100 recipes from the different chefs from different countries. And also we try to put some number of the low-calorie food recipes. So because now to optimize the calorie level is one of the big mainstream healthy food is also be presented. So we try to put a little bit from the different sides.
So what do you think is the most difficult recipe that your robotic chef will need to create?
It's difficult to say right now. So we definitely start from the not most complicated one. So we're doing now pasta, we cooking steak, we cooking different type of stew, soups, salad. But I think for now it's a bit challenging to try to cook some very complicated dish like a sushi or, I don't know, the dishes which have a lot of small micro manipulation. So when the people, doing some small, decoration or cooking operation by the fingers, that is, I think, the most challenging thing, which we are not doing right now. But it's a question about the future, of course. So you can start doing this, performing it, and train a robot to do things. So it's a question of time and resources.
Well, I really think you're onto something because I just read recently that in many cities in the United States, because of Postmates and DoorDash and Grubhub and all of the rest of them, that a lot of restaurants are no longer opening up like a full restaurant with a seating area. They're just opening up a kitchen with a pickup and delivery type of service. So you knowing that that's like where the whole future's headed, and now you have the futuristic chef. Is the futuristic chef, is it faster and quicker and less prone to error than, say, a human chef? I'd have to guess yes to all the above.
It depends. The question is, a robotic chef cannot create any dish by itself. So generally, the human chef needs to teach a robot to do anything. So this is the first important point. The second one, if you're talking about some home delivery from existing restaurants, in any case, you have some limitation based what is available around you. Of course, if you live in center of London or center of Los Angeles or center of New York, you have plenty of options. But if you're quite far away, you can imagine, for example, how nice will be pasta which being cooked 20 minutes ago, yeah, and I'm not sure that you will afford this quality of food. So freshly cooked food is very specific instance from my point of view. So to make it nice, it's easy if you cook it just nearby you, so if you're sitting in the restaurant, but if you order it, it's pretty much different.
So who do you think your first customer is going to be? Who's going to buy this robotic chef from you?
A lot of people from young generation, they enjoy some technology geeks, and I think early adopters, they definitely want to try this. I think from my point of view, we try to make it very friendly. The interface which we're developing is pretty much simple and navigate people how to easily operate the kitchen without any complication around it. Difficult to say. I think from my point of view, of course, this first product will be quite expensive, but any first product needs to be expensive because that's how the technology works. But at the same time, we try to be inside the existing kitchen price range. So generally, we are not selling the robot, actually. We're selling the kitchens. And that's why I think it's an important point. And it's big difference between the company who built the robot itself or who built the application. So we try to build application and we try to sell kitchens.
And how much is that going to cost, and when do you expect it to be available?
About the cost is a little bit too early, I think, because we are not signing off our bill of materials. And I think we will announce the price when we launch the first product. For now, the launch date is around April, May next year. So we are looking for participating one of the big kitchen exhibition, and we are now choosing the right place.
Well, so it's a pretty innovative, amazing use of technology. Frankly, I would love one, but I'm sure it's going to be out of my budget, at least for the first couple of years. So, Mark, a robot that cooks and cleans up after itself, really amazing stuff, isn't it? It's incredible to see how technology can turn innovative ideas into reality. And by the way, if you'd like to know what's the next big thing in tech, be sure to stop by Komando.com. That's the website, of course, and what you should do is hit the videos area. There's a special section that you're going to love. It's called Future Tech. Hey, thanks for watching. Now, a few things. Don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for more digital know-how, check out all these other great links.